Smackdown Live, ladies and gentlemen. We got a good show on our hands. One that might actually come very close to beating Raw in the ratings. Or it could beat Raw in the ratings. I know there's a lot there that wasn't perfect. But let's be honest. Raw really isn't that interesting. Jack Gallagher's, if I'm pronouncing his name right, is one of the most entertaining things on Raw. He is. But that's not enough to make Raw more interesting for me. That's the reason why I still don't do Raw reviews. I do mini reviews. When I look at Smackdown, it's not just because it's a shorter show. It just gives me something a bit more compelling. Let's open with one of the things I know people would do at the end of their review. We're talking about the King's Court with Jerry the King Lawler and Dolph Ziggler. Let's be honest here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be straight with you. I'm on the fence with this. Not that the segment wasn't really good. It's the problem that every time when they begin to do something with Dolph, it really looks like they may just put him somewhere where we can honestly see 100% if he can swim or will he sink as a main eventer. And they always drop it at the last minute. They always do. So I'm on the fence here. I'm not lying. But I won't lie that this wasn't a good segment. Dolph not talking to Jerry at first was the wisest thing to do. Showing his frustration was the wisest thing to do. Having Dolph, and this is true, ladies and gentlemen, this is a true story. 2012, Dolph Ziggler and Jerry the King Lawler had a match. Dolph did about 10 elbows to the chest. Roughly about 8 to 10. I can't remember the exact number. And about a couple of hours later, he has the heart attack. It was too much for his body to handle. This isn't an exaggeration. This is truth. This actually happened. It was on film. Well, on recorded video or digital media. But anyway, what Dolph did, and Jerry himself had to sign off on this. There is no way that Smackdown was going to pull this shit without Jerry making the decision, okay, you want to go in this angle with me? I'll do it. He had to sign off on it. He had to sign off on him getting kicked in the chest. He had to. So that segment was really good. Hearing Dolph say, I know you hated me and you rightfully so should hate me. I caused you to have a heart attack. Which, truthfully, he did. He didn't mean it on purpose, but as a wrestler, your body's under stress. If you keep it up, I'll do it again. And then he does a light kick to the chest. You could see him not do a full straight leg. He does a light kick to his chest. And it was nice to see that JBL, well, tries to run to the ring, but then falls. I could not get a shot at that. It was so brief. But you know what? I can say that I think I got a shot of it. I tried to. If I do, I'll be putting it up on the screen. But the way it went down was the wisest thing to do. But there's two problems here. One, there's a very good chance that this is going to lead nowhere with Dolph again. And two, this all could be about Jerry. I doubt Jerry's ever getting in the ring again. He is not in the condition to get in the ring. He's got stents in his heart, in his aorta. It's not wise for a person like that to get in the ring again. So I doubt that this is going to happen. But it's a good possibility that Jerry will help maybe a Kalisto or Apollo Crews. That's the way I'm seeing it. As a brief manager, or at least briefly being with either one of them or both, it actually would be helpful. Now, the Nikki Bella segment with Natalya. What did I just see? I still say that Tyson Kidd should be involved in this. Even if he can't come to the ring, maybe if he does a couple of Titantron interviews, would be a lot better than not having him there. Going by just her legacy is not enough for me personally. Other people it's probably fine. But me, it's not enough. Talking in the arena wasn't bad. Going to the back saying, hey, where's my merchandise? Oh, John Cena and Nikki Bella's merchandise is right next to each other. Dolph's merchandise is there. Hey, my uncle's merchandise is there. Where the frack is mine? She wants to throw it out and then they have another fight. I'm fine with that. But I still believe it would be better with Tyson Kidd. You guys tell me below if you believe Tyson should be extra. An extra part of the storyline. Because honestly, I do believe it should be. Because if she's saying, I'm saying this honestly. If Natalya is saying that she's getting constant things by John Cena? Why doesn't she mention Tyson Kidd? How come Daniel Bryan's been called back, but why not Tyson Kidd? At least briefly doing something. Being seen by the crowd. Being seen with her man. He could go ringside for her. I'm not saying he should because he's still recovering from his neck injury. That was last year. I'm only saying it for what would be good for storyline-wise. That's the way I see it. One pay-per-view will not kill him. Next. The Bray, oh my gosh. Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton. The match means nothing. It's about what happened after the match. Again, Bray Wyatt is trying to break these two idiots up. He gets hit again. Well, he gets in the middle of getting hit. Almost getting hit. And then he punches out Luke Harper. And Luke saying it's his fault, Randy Orton. Now next week it's going to be brother versus brother. Whoever loses, I guess, is gone. Whoever wins stays with Bray. This isn't about Bray Wyatt. It's about Randy Orton. It's about Randy Orton getting back at Bray Wyatt. No matter if Randy loses next week or wins, he's still going after Bray Wyatt. And this doesn't help Bray. Bray Wyatt deserved better than this. I keep saying this. Barry Windham's son should go to TNA. If I don't have a picture of him and a picture of TNA, it's time for him to go because as popular as he is, he's getting freaking nowhere. He's a freaking joke. Give me a reason why he's not a joke. Please tell me below. Because he's nothing but a damn joke. The Miz versus AJ Styles. I'm alright with seeing The Miz going against AJ. The Miz is the most entertaining heel I've seen in a decade, ladies and gentlemen. He's had a couple of slumps because they would not push him. And he's still good. I've seen disrespect. Between 2012 to 2015, there have been certain points that he had a freaking slump due to the fact they wouldn't push him. But he was still doing great promo segments. He was still doing good work. It's just they wouldn't push him. Now he's being pushed and he's more entertaining than any heel we got in the company except for Chris Jericho. And third in line will be, let's be honest, Kevin Owens is good, but he's not as good as Chris Jericho. And as much as I do love Chris, Y2J himself, The Miz is the current era's best freaking heel by far. You can quote me on that. Did I enjoy the match? Yes, I did. Did I see a DQ? Yes, I did. Did John Cena get over on AJ and The Miz? Yes, he did, and I just don't like it. But I have to see it in the respect that we've had no star power on Raw, on Smackdown, while he was gone. Randy Orton coming back gave us some star power, but not much. John is the best we got. He has the most star power no matter how much you don't like it, no matter how much you do like it. This is what you're stuck with. So, this is where we're going to go. Now, let me see. Am I forgetting anything? I'm trying to remember because that segment with Jerry the King Lawler was dark. I liked it. I still feel on the fence about it though. Oh yeah. Finally, the end of the show. Super Crazy is back. I gotta say it like this because there's no other way to say it. The steel cage has not been used by women since 2003, taking away from the Hell in a Cell. You got a difference between a Hell in a Cell and a steel cage for women. Hell in a Cell for women last year, fine, it was an incredible match. Steel cage was last done by Victoria and somebody else, can't remember who. It might have been Mickie Jane herself, but I don't remember who. But it was 2003. 14, I was about to say 17 years. 14 years later, they finally let women do it again. I just don't understand the WWE. You want to put women as important in the wrestling promotion, but you will not let them go as far as the men. I'm sorry, they got to. It's the only way to make them fair and relevant. They want to take the same bumps as the men, let them get in a freaking cage and let them get hurt just like a man. Let them do a leader if they have to break their freaking neck because men are willing to break their neck, Women deserve to get their necks broken too. And I'm not being cruel, ladies and gentlemen, just saying for what it is. Both sexes who want to do wrestling, if they're going to get hurt, they're going to get hurt. So what did we get in this match? It was a good match. At one point, so I thought, are they actually going to try and do a Superfly splash? I wouldn't have been fond of it. I'm not a... If anybody saw my Raw Review Mini, I didn't say that he wasn't guilty of the crime. And I didn't say he was guilty. I said they basically exonerate him by dropping the case. It doesn't mean that Superfly wasn't guilty or not. What I said, just to make sure that anyone knows, I basically am saying this. That Superfly, for whatever he did, even though he probably did kill that woman, whatever exposure he did in wrestling helped people. I'm not saying that's a good thing, that if you kill someone and then you act right later in life, that you get exonerated and you go to heaven. I'm not Christian, but that's what people think. I'm not saying that. I'm just seeing it from a point of view of someone who grew up seeing the man and heard some of it, but still gained something from whatever he gave me. Just like everybody else. So I'm seeing it in that respect. And I thought there might have been a splash, but I'm glad there wasn't. It was Luchadora that came out to help Alexa Bliss. And in the end, what did we get? Super Crazy getting exposed, and we got Mickie Jane on Smackdown. 3 things. I'm about to do 2. Not 2. 3 things. 1, it is good to see Alexa Bliss keep her title, because I don't want to see Becky Lynch keep it. Because to be honest, Becky Lynch is not the type of person that should be holding the title. She just is not that good with her character, because her character sucks. 2, seeing that Alexa Bliss keeps the title is actually good, because she's actually doing pretty well. She is. 3, now that she's working with Super Crazy Mickie Jane, now you're going to see some really good stuff. We know from TNA, Mickie Jane, when she turns crazy, she is interesting as fuck. So I am very happy to see this. I am happy to see the ending of this show. And I do believe that this will give a good bump to SmackDown and its ratings. I don't know if it will beat Raw again in the ratings. There's a possibility it will come close. If it doesn't beat it, it will come close to beating it. And I'm fine with that. And it'll just make Raw that much less important. But this is just my point of view. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Zane view. Please give me a comment below. Unfortunately, I still can't do my reality of wrestling because they have not released a new video. I believe that it's a possibility they're on hiatus until I think February 1st or February 11th. I don't remember exactly what the day was when they're going to have their, what is it, Breaking Point pay-per-view. So my guess is they're going to be taking off for the month, and then they're going to do the pay-per-view and they'll start up again. I'll keep an eye on seeing if Reality of Wrestling is still out there. If it does come out and someone knows, please leave a comment in any of my videos to tell me that it's back. Do a video on it. Have a good day. Have a good night.